so good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We are coming to you live from our studio here in South Florida, bringing you a spotlight session where we show off new games coming out into the industry. But first up, let's get some brief introductions going. As usual, I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
And we are joined with Cami today. Hi, Cami.
Hello!
So Cami is the designer for the game we're playing this evening, and we're playing A Wrinkle in Time by USAopoly. So this is based off of the movie that is coming out into theaters this weekend. So we're really excited to be playing this. And thank you for joining us, Cami. We appreciate you spending some time with us this evening.
Well, thank you so much for having me here. I'm looking forward to this.
Excited.
So, Cami, can you give us a brief introduction to what A Wrinkle in Time is all about, the game?
Okay, this is a game that is cooperative in nature, and you are playing as one of the three children, Meg, Charles, Wallace, and Calvin, who is set on a journey to rescue Mr. Murray from the darkness and bring him safely back home to Earth.
Sounds good to me. So one of the first things that I noticed when we opened up this box is these lovely pieces here. I couldn't help but
want to show them off in the card game?
Yes, I couldn't help but fidget with this as soon as I got it. So these are the enfolders included in the game, and so really cool with these is I'm going to attempt to do this with one hand, but oh, I did that really well. I'm impressed with myself. But you can change what the symbols are here, and change the point values, and this is one of the key components to the game itself, and we'll get into that just a little bit when we talk about the rules of the game itself.
Yep.
So before we go there, Ann, did you have any questions for Cami about the game?
Absolutely. So this is such a really cool game. It's always cool USAopoly gets to work with such really awesome licenses to put out some really cool games. And, you know, this works a little different. I know you've got some classic games at USAopoly that you're able to incorporate licenses into. But in this case, Disney approached USAopoly and you guys to create a game for the movie. So kind of a from the design up. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we were approached by them. They said, hey, we are coming out with this new movie. We think it's going to be amazing. Are you even familiar with the property? And, you know, kind of said, yes, we know this one. And then you start looking into it a little bit more and you see who the cast of characters are. And, you know, you just get excited. I mean, to me, this is a nostalgia property. I read the book when I was growing up. I've since given it to my girls as a Christmas present and said, you need to read this book. And so I was more than excited and thrilled to be able to work on this project.
That is really cool. It's always nice when like you as a child have something that you're very fond of, and as an adult, like it comes back full circle to you. It's like your inner kid comes out and gets really excited about it. Like when Lord of the Rings, the movie came out, I remember like 10-year-old me was like, yay, it's on the camera, yay! Talk to me a little bit about the development for the mechanics and the mechanisms for this game, because this is a little bit different. So I'm curious to see how you approach designing a game around the movie and the storyline.
We knew we wanted to do something unique. I mean, really, that was number one. How do you teach people to tesser? So we came into it wanting to have a STEM aspect. So that's that science, technology, engineering, and math skill set that we're trying to teach kids from a much younger age now. So going into it saying, okay, we want this scientific aspect. How do we bring that to a game? And researching different ways to kind of show off how you would fold time. And in the movie, Meg actually uses an enfolder. Hers is a three-dimensional thing. It's got the heart image that you'll see right there in front of you on your enfolders. And she uses this in the movie. Hers a little bit different. But we were like, we've got to be able to find a way to put something like this in the game. So when you go to the 3D department here at the company, they want to say, guess what? This is what I want you to make. There's a little bit more of a, this may or may not be possible. I think you're dreaming.
You can't make this imaginary thing that folds time in your 3D department? I don't understand what the complications are.
I didn't understand that either. I really thought this was a possibility and I was going to get a patent out of this and everything else. But we did use these enfolders, and if you want to look up the technical term, these are hexaflexagons.
Ooh.
And I know, that is the biggest word ever. Basically, it is a hexagon that flexes, and a hexagon in the fact that it's got 6 sides. This one is technically a trihexaflexagon because it's got 6 sides and 3 faces.
That might be more difficult than Sally Sells sheet get done.
And that's why we call them enfolders in the game, and we've given up on anything more technical than that.
I like it. I like it a lot. Can we talk to me a little bit about your history as a game designer?
I started at USAopoly back in 1998. At that time, I was the artist, and I would make all the pretty pictures that made games go, and eventually worked myself up into more of the concept and some simple gameplay mechanics. This is one of the first games that has been really a ground-up game from the beginning.
That's really cool, and I'm sure as an art designer, having that eye for good art, I mean, this game is absolutely beautiful. You can tell by the background, which is kind of the same theme as the game, just that pretty space, the bright colors in with the dark. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm sure, did you have an eye or a hand in that? I know you're working within limitations with what Disney tells you, but
we have. I have worked with an amazing in-house artist here. I'm going to just spoil it and tell her, Bonnie, and she put together almost all this art, and she and I worked closely, and I could not be more pleased with how it turned out.
It's absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Well, I am super excited to dive into the game.
I am as well. So just spoiler alert here. Cammie said it was a STEM game. We're a bunch of nerds here, so we're gonna definitely enjoy diving into this, and we might get a little too technical about it sometimes. We shall see. Hopefully we could rein it in a little bit. So without any further ado, Josh, I'm going to hand this part over to you and Cammie to talk about the rules of the game, just because you are the most knowledgeable about it in terms of who's in the studio here.
Okay. So Cammie, do you want to start going over things, and we can kind of show things off as we do them?
Sure. I guess the first thing you need to set up is that location deck that you've got up there towards the top. Each game is going to have 5 locations that you chester through. Each one is related to a different planet. So we're going to start on Earth in Meg's bedroom. It looks like you're moving on to Orion.
You know what?
It's
going to be
Earth.
Yep. Earth. Uriel and Orion, but I think I saw Orion on the other side just by the picture. Then you're going to go to Camazotz. You're going to go continue on from there to Mrs. Witch's house, and I'm blanking on her name, Aunt Beast. So Ixchil. There you are, Ixchil.
Ixchil. Okay, that is how you say it. We were debating before what the pronunciation.
Yep, and Earth. And then Earth is, you'll finally get back home to Earth, and those are going to be set face up on the game board. As you get through each location, you'll notice that there's a range of numbers on the side of the card there. Depending on if you're playing 1, 2, or 3 players is what range you have to hit. So in this case, you guys are playing a 3-person game, so you'd use the bottom set of numbers. And then there's 4 squares on this first card, and that shows you which dice to pick up. So in this case, you'll need the teal, purple, silver, and black dice.
So, side note here, we are using a green screen setup to take an image of these cards, so any of the green font or pictures, for example, that teal die was slightly transparent, so if it looks a little wonky on the screen, it's because of the green. Oh, that rhymes.
Oh, you're so excited with yourself. So proud of yourself.
The other thing you'll see set up already on the game board is Mr. Murray's cell, and his dice is trapped in there. And until you get to Camazotz and complete the objective, he is locked away from the game, and you cannot continue on to the next location.
So we each also have these 3 individual player boards here, which has a picture of the character we're playing as, and I'm playing as Charles Wallace. But then we've also got all of the different characters and the dice rather, that they pertain to. So do you want to talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, so each of these characters, what we wanted to do to bring them into the game and have them make interesting decision is each dice is weighted based on who it is that the dice represents. So in Mrs. What's-It case, if you look at hers, she's gonna she has an action that's on the player board, but her dice is very distinctly different than any other player's.
Oh.
So she
Teal one.
Oh, that's see-through. That's supposed to be
so
teal.
yep, she's going to have you look inside yourself. So all of her faces say, well, you'll flex in. Mrs. Who is a very big broadcaster. Hers are all going to go out. Mrs. Which will have you flip things over, look at things a little bit differently, and then do something extra. The It is one of the two bad dice in the game, so it's going to add to the darkness. Happy Medium is kind of, he's what he is. He's happy. And so all of his dice faces are a little bit different. You'll notice this is the only one that is translucent. It's to represent his crystal caves where he comes from. Red is one of the main characters in the movie. He will also add to the darkness, but he's kind of a wild card. So you'll notice one of his sides has a spinny spiral side on it, and that is the wild shape, because you never know quite how he's going to turn up and what he's going to do. Finally, you can unlock Mr. Murray and meet Ant Beast, and those are our last two dice.
And you see Mr. Murray's dice on the game board in his cell right now, so he's hiding
Yep.
right now. He's prisoner.
Okay. Yep, he's a prisoner. So the goal of each round is to, you're going to roll the dice, choose one to draft from the pool, put it on your player board, do the action on the dice, do the action on your character, and you're going to be flexing your enfolders along the way. You have to get the value in the center of your enfolder to equal the space on the location card. So in this first instance in Meg's bedroom, you need to get it between 9 and 12.
And that could actually change as we progress because of character abilities, which could broaden the range of that pool as well.
Correct.
So once we have all gone, it's going to go one at a time where we draft one of those die and then pass to the next player who then reshuffles the remaining die, and we continue along that process until the pool is empty, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And that's where things get slightly more complicated then, because then you have this operation chain at the top. So do you want to talk about that for a little bit, Cami?
Sure. It seems very easy to say, oh, yes, operation chain, we've learned about that from children. You multiply before you add and subtract. But this is a little bit different. When you're working in a three-dimensional space, if you look at that enfolder, it's going to go, there's 1 1, 2 2s, 2 3s, and a 4 on the inside of it. And learning how to manipulate it to where you get to the value you want does take some practice. So choosing whether to add, flex inward, outward, and when to flip is important. I always like to put a flip in there because sometimes that is what's going to save you, but it's not always possible.
So once we do each of the individual things, we're going to collectively do what's on the operation chain here. So that's when it goes from individual happenings to then we all do it simultaneously, trying to get the final result. So that's then finally at the bottom of the board here, we've got the darkness meter, and this is going to be how we possibly don't succeed in this game.
Yeah, this could be, you don't want the darkness to take over the entire universe. Right now it's mostly on one side, closer to Camazotz. We do not want it to get back to Earth. So your goal is to keep the darkness at bay. Every time you roll the +1 darkness that's on either the black or the red die, you have to immediately add one of those tokens to the darkness meter. If you ever get to the point to where you have to add one and there's no more space, you've lost the game. But if you fill it up, the game is not yet over. This is designed for kids, and we didn't want them to feel like their soul was being crushed immediately.
That's so sweet.
So after the operation chain phase, if we are within the range that's within the card, we've successfully passed that round and we go to the next location. But if we don't get it, then we repeat the process and try again, correct?
Yes. If you have to repeat the process, you do have to add one to the darkness meter. You just took a little bit too long to get away from the first spot and onto the next.
So we talked about the enfolders a little bit, and we talked about the fold in and fold out. And then you will see that there's some numbers on the interior here, and that's going to actually signify the value that the enfolder is at. So
Yes.
that's how we're trying to get to that number, by adding all of our enfolder values, trying to keep track of how those values are affected by the operations within the dice, and trying not to pull our hair out in the process.
So if you guys want the secret, the opposite side of a 1 is a 4. The opposite side of a 2 is still a 2, and the opposite side of a 3 is a 3. So if you flip your heart over right now and you look at the value in the center, you'll notice it's still a 3.
And then it looks like if we fold out from the 3, we're going up. So it would go from a 3 to a 1, though, because we can't go from a 3 to a 4.
Right. The values, depending on which side you're at, are either 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So if you're on the broken side, they're the higher numbers, and on the whole side, it's the smaller numbers.
Okay. And so then folding outward on the whole side, we're going upward. Folding out on the broken side, we're going downward.
I got to check this one now. Hang on.
I just got a little overwhelmed, Matt.
I try.
Okay, going out on this, we go upwards. So, and now on the broken side, 2 going. Yes, actually, you do go down. I didn't realize that. Good to know. See, you are definitely the mechanical engineer here.
You feel real
This
proud
is
of
me
yourself.
and Matt, like, sitting for like 10 minutes, be like, all right, how do we do this on our first try?
Yeah.
Upward, downwards.
I may have taken one of these things apart at one point in time. You know.
Up, down, up, down, up, down, left, right, left, right.
A/B start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, is there
What about-
anything else that we need to know before we begin the game?
I don't believe so.
Okay. So Anne, you get to take it away here.
Oh, did you want to explain why I got the first player token here?
So first person who starts, is going to be the oldest member of the group. So Anne.
I figured I wouldn't take that opportunity. Whoa.
Yeah,
Like
that's
how
a little
transparent
transparent. And
Yeah.
despite the fact that doesn't look that way, happens to be the oldest member of our group.
I've never loved you more. Okay, well, I would love to take it away, but I need somebody to walk me through my steps.
So, first location we're on Earth. We are in
Yes.
Meg's bedroom here. We are playing with 3 people, so we're trying to get a combined value of 9 to 12. Spoiler alert, right now we each have 3, so that means we're at 9, so technically we're winning right
Is this the face you're supposed to start the game off on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The full heart.
The full heart is the game that is the face of the enfolder that you start the game on.
All right.
Correct.
And you don't need all those dice, though.
So you're only rolling the dice that's on the bottom of this card here. So we're going to start with the teal die, which is the Mrs. What's-It, with the purple die, which is the Mrs. Who, the gray die, which is Mrs. Which, and the black die, which is the It.
You have the evil dies, of course you do.
I sure do. There you go.
Okay, I
Put
don't
those
want the
back
red
in the
one
pool
there.
there.
Okay, so these are my 4 die that I'm starting with.
So give them a roll, and then you're going to draft one from the
Shaky,
pool.
shaky.
You put it in the middle of the board where it says Wrinkle of Time.
Okay, so you rolled. Let's see. You rolled an outward flex 1, 2 blanks, and then a flip. So you're going to choose one of those die. You're going to do the action on the die, put it onto the corresponding character on your player sheet, perform the action there, and then the turn passes to the next player.
Okay, well, I don't want to mess anything up, and we already know now that we got our hint that a opposite of a 3 is a 3. So I think I'm just going to do the flip.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to draft my flip. I'm going to put this is my Mrs. Witch.
The Oprah die.
The Oprah die. And now I'm at the exploded star on this side.
And then you
Mrs.
also
What's
do
that?
the action on that card.
Flex any one in folder outward 1. So any one means it could be mine or either of yours, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to do yours just because I can.
Okay, so that's going to go take me from a 3 to a 1. So I'm back on. I'm on the full
You're
earth
not
now.
helping us, though.
Anything I can do to make you happy.
All right.
So then it's going to pass down to me next. I roll the remainder of the pool here, and then I draft one of those die. So I rolled a +1 darkness.
So you immediately have to add a darkness to the meter.
Mm-hmm.
There
Who
you
is-
go.
Who isn't helping who now?
You could have took that darkness one out. It was blank, and you just kept taking it out.
Oh, yeah,
And
Yeah.
we wouldn't have done anything. We all been at 3. We still all have made 9, and
So
would have been fine.
I'm going to take this one here, the purple flex out 2, so I'm going to flex mine out 2, which is going to take me back up to the 3, if my math is correct. Look at that, it is. And then I'm going to perform the Mrs. Who action on my board, which is flip over any one in folder and flip yours over.
Okay.
You're back
Still
to where
at
you
3.
started. Look, we're back to the beginning. All right, so it's going to pass over to Josh now. So Josh, go ahead and roll those 2.
Don't get a +1 darkness.
You got
Plus
it.
1 darkness.
Plus
Seriously,
1 darkness.
Joshua?
So it looks like it might be beneficial for us to take that die out early.
When it's blank.
Or just early.
Yeah. All right.
So there's a blank on the Mrs. What's-It die, and again, a +1 on the it.
So Mrs. What's It?
Ooh, Josh has got the AP now.
No, I can. So if I take Miss What's It, I flex any folder inward 1.
Okay, so
Which
that
is
would
going to make us go down 1, right?
correct.
So I don't want to do that. So I can take the it, and I assign
Yeah.
all dice to the operation chain immediately.
Okay, so it would.
That-
That's interesting.
What that does is it forces you to make a decision right now as to how those dice are going to come out in order, and whatever happens on that last die when it's rolled, you're stuck with it at the end of your operation chain.
Oh, I like this. I like this very much. No
So-
pressure.
So
Mine was just that. Okay, so did we explain to the audience that we explained which die was associated with which character, but I'm not sure if we explained that for each one of our player mats,
Each
our
one has a
characters
different
have
effect.
different effects. So whereas where Josh's was assigning all of the lock dice into the operation chain, mine would have been remove 1 die from the pool for that round. So
yeah.
I feel like mine should have been better, and I.
Yeah, well, that one's especially good. If we ever happen to have to roll 2 of the negative die, you could remove both of them
That
at the
would be
same
good.
time. And then mine is flex in folder outward equal to the number of tokens on the darkness meter. So I just kind of go crazy.
yeah, sounds like you.
Yeah.
All right, so
Flip it.
we have to sign this too.
Oh.
Everything gets signed.
Oh, that's what you're doing?
That's what
That's
you're
what I'm
doing?
doing.
Okay.
What's the Mrs. What's It?
Inward, and that's gonna make us go down. And I don't want to do that. So we'll put that first because that doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So we have to outward twice.
We have to flex outward twice and then flip, or flex out, or flip and then flex outward twice.
Does that matter if we're starting with a 3 in the middle?
Yes.
Yes.
So if we flex outward twice from here, that would take us all to 2,
Yes.
which would then,
Make it
Flip to
2.
become a 2.
and then we flip and then it gives us 2. But if we flip first, we're on the 3, and we flex outward twice, that would take us to 1.
There's no 1 on that side.
Yes, there is. Oh, yeah, no.
So we take
Might
us
take
to
It
4.
would
Four.
take us to 2 again.
So it's 2 either way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it.
So we didn't do it.
Oh, we still have to do one more die,
No, because it says assign all dice to the...
and then you.
And
Oh,
then
oh.
whatever this one does,
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna.
that locks it in.
So, Mrs. What's-It makes you want to look inward. So we want to be on the side that's 2 is the lowest one. So we want to flip. We're
gonna
gonna
flip
we're
either
gonna
way.
wind up on that side
Yeah,
anyways.
doesn't
okay.
matter which way we do it.
I'm just thinking here. So,
Are you?
All right.
so
we're
that's on
flipping-
you, Ann. So go ahead and roll.
Oh man.
You rolled a blank, so you don't have to do anything, but you have to assign the die to your board.
You may choose to flex inward or outward 1.
Okay. So we're gonna have a total of 6, and we need 9.
Oh, there's nothing that I could do.
Right.
Well,
If
if
you-
I was
Probably-
4, I would still be 8.
Yeah.
I think you want to go inward 1. I'm not real positive.
So yeah, you're gonna want to flex inward 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down like this, right?
Wait, no, you want to flex outward 1 because when you do the operation chain, then it'll be an inward. No? Wait, no, this throws a monkey wrench into things. Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure the conversation before this stream was, Anne, don't have analysis paralysis during the stream because you're notorious for it.
Go ahead.
So which way am I going?
It's up to you.
Up
It's
to you.
your enfolder.
Wow. Well, then I'm going this way.
So you're flexing inward.
Yeah, I'm going inward.
Okay. Can you do it?
I don't know. I'm having some trouble.
There you
right?
go.
and then this.
Okay.
All right, so now I have a 2.
Okay, so now that you have to assign that die, so we get to do the operation chain.
Okay.
Yep.
So if this is a +1, do we have to add another
Yep.
1 darkness? Jeez,
Yes, you
guys,
do.
You guys really...
Yep. So then next up, we flex outward twice.
Okay, so this one goes this way.
Yep, you're going to start as the mountain and then pull out from the center.
Okay, start as a mountain, pull
Out from the center.
this way.
Yeah, like a belly button.
Okay, and then do the mountain again.
Yeah.
I like this mountain analogy. It's working for me. And then
Okay.
pull out again. Oh, now I'm at 1.
Okay, so now we flip.
Now I'm at 4.
I'm at 2.
And I'm at 2.
You guys stink.
We're at 8.
That's 8. So then we do nothing.
Oh, that's 8.
I just wanted to point out that I was the one closest to the 9, and you guys are not.
I blame Josh for assigning the things
All right.
early.
Well, I'm happy that we can all work cooperatively
Yep.
All right.
and kindly.
So we add an additional 1 to the darkness meter because we failed. So we're halfway there.
Oh my goodness.
First draft.
That's a good sign.
We're living on a prayer there,
This
buddy.
might be the quickest game we've had.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Pass the first player token to the next person. So, Matt, you're going to take that first player token.
okay.
You get to select all 4 dice and start us off again. And you might want to draft that black die early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna draft the black die. So I got that out of the way. I'm gonna flex my enfolder out 4 times. While I'm doing that, pass the turn over to Josh.
There you die. Ooh.
Alright, so if I...
Inward twice, outward twice, or flip and inward twice. Oh, that's like a combination move there.
That's the Mrs.
Outward.
Witch. She's the combo.
Yep.
Outward and inward twice, they both mean the same thing to me.
They're different. You're going to end up in a different spot.
So I go outward or 3 if I go 2, 4. I'm going to do inward twice. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, which one is this?
Inward twice.
That's the top left. That's the Mrs. What's-It die.
This is what's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Change any one locked die to a different face. So can I change the one I just picked up? Cammy?
It doesn't specifically say no, but I would prefer you didn't.
Okay. So, Matt, can I change yours to a different blank side?
Yeah, I would say yes.
But see, this is really helpful. If it had been locked on the +1, this character allows you to change that and get rid of that problem.
All right, so I'm going to
So-
do inward twice.
And then that's the end
It
of
brings me
your
to a
turn.
4.
Okay.
I'm at a 4 also.
So we're at 12 right now.
Yeah,
So this is good.
but we're not done.
So you
There's
gotta
still
roll
2
not-
more dice.
Dice. And an operation chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a flip and flex, and then you got the flex outward 1. So flip and flex in 1 would give you a 1, then you flex inward, and that would give you a 3, if I'm correct there.
But so what happens if I flex outward?
If you flex outward right now, you're going to go
2, right?
to a 3. No, because it goes down on that face, I think.
Yeah. You're at a 4 hand? Yes. You're going to go down to a 3.
I'd go down to a 3 if I went outward, but if I
Yeah.
flipped and went inward, I'd go to a
To a 3.
3. So either way, I'm at a 3.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do the combo one just because it's really cool.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Flip
flip,
Yep.
and flex inward.
so I push it down.
You're going to push it down. I always like to say if you get to the Y shape, you're at a good spot. So if you notice it looks like the letter Y, and then just pull up from the bottom.
Okay, yeah, pull from, and I'm at a 3.
All
There
right.
you go.
Okay.
And then you have to perform the action from Miss Witch there.
Flex anyone in folder outward 1.
So outward is down on our side, so it would take us from a 4 to a 3.
What about what would it be on mine?
That goes up, so you go down to a 1.
Oh, this is bad. Okay, well then I'm
But
gonna
remember, we have to program these after, so it really doesn't matter what we're at now unless
I'm
we
gonna do
make it.
yours.
All right, I have to go outward.
Yes, go outward 1.
Okay,
All right,
so
I have 3.
Okay.
I got to roll the Mrs. Who die. So I got flex outward 1. Whoops, I messed it up. It was flex outward 1.
It was.
So I'm going to flex outward 1 and then flip over any 1 in folder. So I'm going to flip over Anne.
Why? Why and?
Which side are
Please.
you?
We're both on this side. The operation board is going to have a flip in it.
Right. So that would put us all on the same side. So it
The
would,
side with the lower numbers.
but it's gonna make it easier for me to realize what's going on.
If you flip me over, me and Ann will be on the same side.
Ann and I.
Ann and I.
I'm gonna flip myself over then because I want to be on the team with more people.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the.
Now we need the program.
Yeah, now we need to program.
So first
Yes.
up, we'll just put the blank die.
Yeah,
'cause
so
it
that
doesn't
does
do
nothing.
anything.
Then we've got a flex outward, a flip and flex inward, and then a double flex inward. So right now, oh jeez.
How you doing, Matt?
Okay.
Okay. Wait, do they balance each other out with just a flip? I can't quite. You
so-
have a.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
I'm trying to think of what would be the most, like, if we did it in this order, what would happen? So we would flex inward twice.
An outward once, which is basically just an inward once, because
Okay.
they'll cancel each other out. Flip, and then flip inward one more time. Which will. I don't know where it's take you.
I feel like we should just plug stuff in and see what happens.
Okay.
The darkness is just gonna keep calling.
Hello, darkness, my
You don't know
friend.
that.
I was waiting for how long it would take you. to
Yeah.
say that. I knew that was coming tonight.
Okay, so in twice.
Okay. So in
Right.
twice.
In twice. That was in.
Wait,
Oh.
hold on. I did it wrong.
Nope. Don't talk to me. I'm trying to concentrate.
In twice.
Okay, in twice. So we're at 1.
I'm at 1.
What are you at,
Two.
Josh? So then we flip.
No.
No, no.
Oh, no.
Out
Okay,
one.
out 1. Sorry.
Out one. Yes.
Okay, so I'm at 2.
Wait. I messed it up. All right, hold on. Wait. Out is this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at 2.
Josh, what are you at?
4.
Flip.
Okay, we flip.
Flip.
I'm at a 2.
I'm at a 1.
And
we
then in
flex
1.
Inward 1.
And I'm at a 3.
I'm at a 3.
Wait.
Should be at a 3.
Hold
You
on,
got a
guys.
So that's 9.
We did
We
it!
did it.
We passed!
I feel
I
so
told
proud of myself.
Thinking is hard. Listen, guys, it
Awesome.
totally is. We did it. Okay.
So we
Look,
probably gotta have your bedroom.
We did. We managed to find our way out of your
look,
bedroom.
guys. Sometimes I don't like putting my dirty clothes in the laundry basket. It makes it a little difficult to
So
figure out how to get out.
we get to go to our next location, which we're on Orion, Happy Medium's Cave.
Okay, so we need the teal dye, the purple dye, the gray dye, the black dye, and the yellow dye, which is the transparent one, which
Correct.
Josh stole because he likes to
So
fidget with
same
things.
group of people, but we're adding Happy Medium. So Zach Galifianakis is here for the party.
Woo!
Correct.
Um,
And if
so-
you look, you've got to get little numbers this time, from 3 to 6. That's either all ones or ones and twos.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, that's
So-
interesting.
Ooh, my happy medium power is that I can unlock any other die and return it to the pool.
Mine has increased the range on the location by 1 in either direction. So that's very beneficial. So you rolled a blank on the black die.
I'll
there,
take
Josh. Okay.
I'll take
Guess
it.
what? Assign all locked dice to the operation chain. And there you go.
Okay.
Starting off
Perfect.
with a blank black die.
Mediums die, before you lock that black one in, Happy Medium has got a -1 darkness on there. And that'll actually allow you, if you lock it in, to remove one of those darknesses that's currently down there at the bottom haunting you.
How do you
But if they keep rolling it, it might just keep minusing 1 again and again. Or does that only happen at the operation chain?
Only just when you lock it on your board.
So, but the thing is, if you take that and then you roll, and then when Anne rolls, if she happens to roll a darkness, which is a 2/3 chance, then
Yes.
so it's actually
A 1/3 chance. It's only a 1/3 chance.
there's 2 plus 1. Oh yeah, 1/3.
1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Math.
2 6.
Two
Math.
out of
2
six.
6. I simplified
Math
only
is
half
hard.
of the fraction.
I'm just going to take the numerator and just do it.
So statistically,
Yeah.
you should take it. What is your happy medium die?
You may
do?
return any other locked die to the pool.
So it does nothing.
So it does nothing if I take it.
Up to you, Josh.
I'm gonna stay with what I did.
You're gonna stay with the it die, okay?
Yeah.
So then it's gonna pass to you, Anne. So go ahead
Okay.
and let's get rolling.
Roll in.
Yeah, rawhide.
Rawhide.
So you got a flip on the happy medium die now.
That's not as exciting.
So you got a flip, a blank, a flex outward 1, and then a flip and flex inward 1.
I think I want to take. I like the combo one. I don't know why. Just because it's more things to fidget with. I think is
Because it makes it more complicated when we get to the programming phase.
And then you
Well,
look
you
like
guys
this.
you do need the flip to get to the lower side.
But
That's
I'm gonna
true.
flip it. Then I'm gonna go inward. So if I flip now,
Well,
it'll
also-
be a 3. It's gonna be on the same
And then you
side.
could flip any other 1 in folder.
Yes.
We're just gonna do that. Okay, so flip. I'm at 3 with the. I'm sorry. Let's do this over here. Hello, lighting. There we go. 3. Flip is my heart.
And then flex inward 1.
And then I'm gonna go inward. Oh man. Oh man. I got all.
So-
wait. There it goes. All
So
right.
then the
And then
Mrs.
push
Witch Die
this in.
ability on your character sheet is to flip any other in folder. You could use it to flip yourself back over,
Says
and then
flex.
flex. Oh, okay. Oh, flex anyone. Okay, I thought it was flip.
Flex any 1 in folder. Outward 1. So who's gonna go? Oh, down. Who's gonna go
Yeah.
down from here?
It's only down if you're on one of the sides. If you're on the other side, it's up.
Okay, so I'm on the correct. I'm on the put together side.
So when you flex outward, it goes up.
Okay, so I don't want to do that.
You
So
can do
you're
because that will send me to a 1 because I'm at 3.
okay, but
I'm at a 3, but I would go down 1 to 2.
okay. So then we'll do yours. So why does he go from 3 to 1 and you go from 3 to 2?
Because he's going up, I'm going
I'm
down.
going up, but the max on this side is 3, so it resets back to 1. So I'm
Oh.
at 1.
Okay. All right. All right. I think I can put this together.
Okay. Let's see what I get here. I got
Is that a down darkness or is that a combo? No, it's a combo.
It's a.
To television
That's-
screen.
What is this
It's a
one?
die over. So that allows you to flip over any die that is already locked onto somebody's player board. And when it gets to the operation chain, if you guys have picked something you don't like, you can flip it over and find some other new face.
Is it a may or a must?
It is a future die. So if you want it to be a may, put it as the last dice in the chain. And then there's nothing after it. So you must do it, but you can always put that dice as the last one in the operation chain, and there's nothing after it that gets
So there's
flipped.
nothing to. Oh.
I'm gonna take it because the happy medium power on mine is good. It's increased the range of the location by 1 in either direction. So I'm gonna increase it upwards by 1, so it goes up to 7 now.
4 to. Oh, okay. So is it 4 to 7 or
3 to
just
7.
3 to 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I do this card or this die now, I'm gonna flip, and then So wait, I flip the enfolder and then flip a die, or is it just flip a die?
Just flip a die. So
Okay.
the only other die that's locked on the player board right now is Anne. So whatever she's got, have her flip it over.
So complete 180.
180.
So I'm gonna flip it, and then I just have a flip.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a flip.
So it makes it a little less complicated then. So we increase the range, and then it's gonna pass now over to Josh. So there you go, Josh.
Joshua.
2 blanks. So that is the Mrs. Who die and the Mrs. What's It die. I don't know if that affects your
This was
decision
supposed
there.
to be there.
Oh.
So if I do Mrs. Who, it says increase the range on the location card by 1 in either direction. So can I make it
Yep.
go up to 8?
No, because now you've only got a lowering it down, but you can't go to 2. You've got 3 people playing. So the best you can do is, it's not going to help you in this instance.
All right, and then we have, what's the other one?
Mrs. What's It.
So change any one locked die to a different face.
So you can change mine now to a -1 darkness.
Good.
You get to choose the face?
Yeah, it just says
Yes,
that.
you
To a
can.
different Oh,
face.
so that would be good.
Yeah.
So do that.
There.
Make
Okay.
that happen.
So I'm at a -1 darkness now.
And that
So,
would only
right-
resolve during the operation chain phase?
You're just going
That's
to
correct.
flip, which is going to set me to a 4 right now.
And it would send me to a 3, and it would send Ann to still a 2.
Yes.
So then it would be 5, 9. So right now we're only going up to 7. So Ann, you need to figure out a way for us to lower our point total by 2.
Oh, good, guys. No pressure.
You can do this, Anne. I believe in you.
All right.
Flex outward by 2. So you have to take that.
Right.
And hers is apply to everyone.
Okay.
So
we-
everybody goes out by 2 immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, man. I always mess. All right.
So I'm up to 4 now.
about
Outward. That means I
3?
pull it from the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Does.
1. Oh man, look, it's really
There you
should not
go.
be this
There you go.
complicated. And I pull out
Yeah, like a belly button.
from the middle.
So you're at a 1.
Oh,
What are you at, Josh?
yes.
I'm at a 3.
I'm at a 4. So right now we're at 8.
So
You know,
when Anne
Matthew.
flips over, she'll turn to a 4.
Yeah.
I'll stay a 3.
I'll turn into a 1.
You turn into a 1. But we still have
And
to
then
do.
still flex.
So yeah, we still need to flex outward 2. So the thing is, do we want to flex outward 2 before we flip or after we flip? So
Alright, let's start programming. That goes there because that doesn't mean.
This is
anything.
how Joshua programs. Have you ever
That-
seen his code?
no.
You
So
know,
that goes there, so we minus our darkness.
Joshua's not so great at spelling things. And I always thought it was very funny because when he codes, it doesn't matter that you spell it wrong as long as you consistently spell it wrong the same way every time.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So if I flex outward twice and then flip, it'll take me from a 4 down to a 2, and then I flip to a 2. So how about you, Anne?
I have no idea. I'm at a 1.
So you would go up twice to a 3, then you'd flip over to a 3. So
Yes.
then, Josh, how about you?
I would be a 2.
So that's 2, 2, 3, so that's 7, so we would succeed.
So outward twice, then flip?
Yes.
Okay, explain this to me again because I'm confused. Why do you know
So
where it's going to go?
You're on the full-size face,
Yes.
which means that when you flex outward, you go up. You go up twice, so you go from 1 to 2,
And
2 to 3. Then you flip, 3
And-
becomes 3.
Okay.
I'm on the other side, so I'm on the broken side, so I go down when I flex out. So I flex out twice, I go from 4 to 3, and then 3 to 2. Then I flip over, that maintains 2. So Josh, how about you? You want to explain yours?
Yeah. So I was at 3. So I go down to. I go up, but since 3 is the max, it goes to 1. And then I go to 2, and then I'll flip to 2.
So we currently have 2. What do you have?
3.
2. So 7.
So we get it.
We
'cause of my
did it.
We
plus
did it.
1.
'Cause
We
the-
did it.
did it.
And then you did the -1 darkness.
I did not do the -1 darkness.
This is good. This is a good round.
So there we go.
All right.
We got negative darkness.
We did it.
Yay!
We did it, guys.
Okay.
Lead
You
me in.
have left Orion, and you are ready to visit Kamazot.
So we're
So
we're at the It's lair now.
Yeah, things get a little tricky now. We're going to add the red dice in. And red is basically the front man for the darkness, for the it. And he has he's got a 50-50 chance of rolling the +1 to the darkness meter. But he does have 2 sides that are wild. So you don't know what you're going to get.
Okay.
This is exciting. Now, there's a new icon here.
That is, if you actually flip over the Mr. Murray cell card, you'll notice it's the back of that card.
Ta-da.
Hey, look at that.
So that just reminds you, before you can leave that location, don't forget to pick up Mr. Murray on the way out. You'll need to read the what the directive is with those quizzing glasses of Mrs. Who's and figure out how to get him out.
I look fancy.
So we do that now or at the very end of the when we go to leave the It's lair.
We go to leave.
When you go to leave it, then you grab Mr. Murray on the way out.
So we
Fantastic.
need big numbers this time because we need to get between an 8 and a 10.
Well, there's a lot more dice this time around,
Yep.
so this is going to be complicated. Also, so we can increase our range in both directions, which might
Yes.
be beneficial, Josh. So if you wind up drafting the Mrs. Who die and I wind up drafting the half to medium die, we could extend the range by 1 in each direction.
Yep.
So keep that in mind when we're drafting.
All right. So
And
I'm
that's
first.
to pay attention to is that as you've been going to different locations, you'll notice your range is getting smaller each time. You had originally 4 numbers to work with. Now you only have 3 numbers. Now you only have 8, 9, or 10. Before you had a 3, 4, 5, or 6.
That's a good point.
So your range is shrinking. So you do have to be more careful and play more strategically.
I really should try and figure out how these numbers work.
Well, you rolled a whole bunch of blanks there, Anne.
I did. That's good. So I should probably okay. So these are our 2 negative die.
But the
Yep.
red has the opportunity of being wild card.
Okay, so well then should I grab the black one?
That would
My
be.
black ones is remove 1 die from the pool for the round.
So you could actually get rid of both of the negative die, and we don't have to deal with those.
But is it for the entire round?
Yeah.
For the entire
Does that mean that this does not go into the operation chain?
It will not go into the operation chain. It's going to go back into your pool of dice to add in the future. It does mean you don't have that wild, though, to work with.
Are you sure you want to take out the red die?
No, but, you know.
Less darkness.
Yeah, less chance of darkness.
But you kind of want to see what the wild does?
It does whatever our heart desires.
Yeah.
I want burgers and fries, and I don't think this die is going to get it for me.
You'd be
My.
surprised.
All right, so I'm gonna take it out
All right, take it out, Mr. Red.
for this round.
Okay.
Okay.
So blank,
2 blanks.
2 blanks. I'm trying to see.
Outward 2 or inward 1.
So if I take Mrs. Witch, it's unlock any other die and return it to the pool. Does that mean I can return red, or is he isolated?
Red is gone.
Okay.
He's, consider him put in a lockbox somewhere. He is not going to bother you for the rest of this round. So,
okay.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
I am going to. I'm going to draft the Mrs. What's-It die because I want to leave purple for Josh, and I want to give Happy Medium another shot at maybe decreasing the darkness. So I'm going to draft that. I'm going to flex inward 1, and then flex any other enfolder inward 1. So, Anne, I'm gonna flex you inward 1.
Okay, so let's play this game for the night. So it's probably a good point to remind everybody that I have attention deficit disorder, and that means I have really bad short-term memory, which makes these games a little bit more complicated for me. So if this is a broken star and I'm going inward now,
It's going upward,
it's going upward.
which means it's going to a 4 because the broken side is 2 to 4.
Inward this way.
Ta-da. All right, Matt, what did I roll?
Did it?
I don't know. No, you rolled a
You rolled a die?
a blank, a flip,
He
and
got
then
the
a minus
-1.
-1 darkness.
All right, so if I grab the -1 darkness, I return Matt's die to the pool again.
That's not bad.
Correct.
Or I grab the Miss Who die, which does nothing right now.
But
You can
But
increase the range on
I
the
increase
location.
the range by 1.
so what's our current numbers? I have a 2.
I have a 2.
And
4.
has a
Has a
4. So
We're
that's
at
an
8.
8 in total, which is actually a success.
So I'm going to grab the Mrs. Who,
Okay.
and I'm going to make it 7 to 10.
So Cammy, that happy medium die again, that -1 darkness only applies when we bring it into the operation chain.
Correct. But it does apply to, actually it applies twice. Once when you lock it on your player board and once on the operation chain.
Oh.
So there is the opportunity that it could trigger twice on your turn.
Okay. Very cool. So you made it a 7 to 10 now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Because we're at 8. So
Now it's gonna
I'd
pass
rather
to
make
you,
it
Matt.
closer to what we're currently at.
So you rolled a
Blank for the Mr. Happy Medium.
Mr.
and-
Happy Medium.
Mr. Happy Medium. He is very formal. And I also got for Mrs. Witch a flip and inward 1. I'm on the broken side.
So flip would put you to full, which would be
1.
1.
a 1. And then you go inward, so you go down. So that means you go to a 3.
And that would mean that we were at 4, 5.
But then what's
then
your
we all
ability on
have to do
Mrs.
it.
Witch?
It would be flex any 1 in folder outward 1. And if I go outward on a broken side, I go up.
Yes.
So, but I'm already going to have been flipped. So but if I go outward on a full side, I go down.
Wait, backwards.
I think you did that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
got
think.
that backwards. Outward on full is up.
So she would be able to go up 1 more.
Yes.
So that might not be the bad idea.
Okay, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
So if I flip, I'm going from broken to full.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go inward 1.
So that takes you to 3.
That takes me to 3.
Wait, and you could do it on yours or anyone?
Anyone's.
No, now I can do flex any 1 in folder, outward 1. So if you go out, you're broken. If you go out, you go up.
No.
If you go out, you go down.
Yes.
Yes.
You're broken too.
We're both at
If
the
you
same
go
spot.
out, you go down.
Yes.
Broken out, down.
You would go to 1 if you did yours.
Because on the full side, the max. No, because on the full side, the max is 3, so it would be going up. But since there's no 4 on the full side, it resets to 1.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So then would be at 3, and that would stink. But we got a bunch of operation change stuff that we have to do.
I would say to give it to either me or Josh.
Why?
Because it would keep us on this fuller side.
Because you have the potential of reaching 4 on a broken side?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you can flip yours.
Okay. Oh, flex outward,
Flex.
right?
Yes, flex outward. 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're at 3, right?
I'm at a 4.
4.
4? Oh, you're at 2, and you went down to 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, yep.
I brain farted there. I was assuming it was going to go down to a 1. Okay,
You
so
were at
that's...
2 and you went down to a 4?
Yes.
Because it's only 2 through 4, and you went down 1 from 2, so you back up to 4.
Oh, okay.
It's
Alright.
a loop.
So I'm the final one. Oh, no -1 darkness. But I'm going to put that on the happy medium. I'm going to increase the range by 1 as well, so we can get
That's
up to
very
11.
nice.
So we have 7, 11 right now.
Yes.
So
So
we've
we
got
got-
everything assigned.
Blank die.
Blank die.
Blank die. So we have...
You know that I can move the die that are on
you're
my
slow
player
here.
mat
You're a
on my
little slow.
own? Yeah, good, great.
Okay, so we've got a flex inward 1 and then a flip and flex inward 1. So what order do we want to do that? So if I go inward when I'm broken, I go down. So I would go down to 3.
3.
Then if I flip
Flip
it,
here,
It's 3.
it's
and then go
3.
inward one again. You're going to go to a 1, aren't you?
Yeah. So then
I
if I
want to see get Anne to the highest, because she's the one that is going to go to the 4 side.
Because I'm going to flip.
Because she's going to flip.
okay,
Okay, so if I go inward when I'm full, then I go down.
no,
When
up.
Wait, if I go inward when I'm full, I go up,
But you would go to 1.
but I go to 1 because it would reset. If then I flip it over, it will go to the 4 side,
Then you go.
and then I go down
in.
1.
Oh,
Yes.
But if you
It's inward's going to be the one that causes you the problem there.
so if you flip inward when you're on 4, though, you're gonna go
3.
down. So it would go to 3. Yeah.
I figured
want-
it out. I'm so
Okay.
proud of myself.
But if she does the flip first,
But if she does
And
the
goes
flip,
in.
right? She does the flip first, and she's on 3. She goes inward twice. She'll actually go to 4.
Yeah.
okay. So let's do flip first, and then
Yeah.
In,
Okay.
in.
so we're
So if I go
flipping,
from 3,
and then we're doing
3.
inward
Right.
twice.
Inward twice.
broken
Oh, I did that
inward
wrong.
goes up, so I'm at 4. Broken inward goes up, so I'm at 2.
Uh-oh.
What?
I'm at 2 because they're
You should have been at 3
Did you
when
go-
you flipped. You had a heart.
You should be at 3. That just sounds wrong because you went up. You shouldn't go up. You should be going down because you're going inward.
Yeah. So you were
I
at a
think
full
he's-
heart. Reset your enfolder.
all right.
So you're at a full heart. So if you flip over, you're at a 3. So you flip inward, you go down. So you're at a 2.
Oh, because I'm going outward.
Yeah.
No. Inward is. Yeah.
Inward
you
is
went outward.
down. If you kind of cup it in your hand, it'll want to pinch into that downward shape.
No, I messed something up.
It's okay, Anne.
Messed.
All right. So you're here. We
Yeah.
flip. We're doing inwards.
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
2.
I wasn't a 2. I was
Oh.
right.
Oh, so there's
I hate you. I hate you.
there's 2 3s on the other side.
No, it's 2,
No?
3, 4.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
That's what I thought was. I thought that was because you had gone from a 4 to a 2
She-
before.
She went
Yes.
inwards on the back on the broken side, so she went from a 3 to a 4 to a 2.
Oh.
Wrong way. That you were thinking. She didn't go 3, 2, 4. She went 3, 4, 2.
Because inwards counts up. Outwards counts down on the broken side. The reverse. It's so
I
confusing.
had that backwards in my head. Okay.
Yep.
So what are you at?
We failed.
Oh, we failed? Okay.
Yeah, because she has a 2. I have a 1.
I have a
So
2.
it's 3, 4, 5. That doesn't hit 7.
Nope.
Ooh, that's not it. Good.
No.
Okay.
Ugh. Okay.
So we roll all the dice again?
Roll all those dice again, but make sure you put the red one back in.
All right, and we get rid of
No.
our range extendage.
You lose those two.
Yeah, figured.
And you're supposed to be back at where you were.
I know. I know. I know.
You're 2 broken earth.
I know. I'm getting there.
Are you?
I flipped it when I threw it, and then it was not a good thing. It flipped when I threw it.
There you go. Proud of you, Ann. Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, add
Darkness.
2 more of that darkness.
Thanks, Matt.
So I'm going to take the happy medium one. Because that's going to, right now it decreases the darkness by 1. And then I'm going to increase the range, so I'm going to put the -1 counter on that. So go ahead, give it to Josh. Okay.
1 more darkness.
You got a, no, that's a
Oh,
wild,
no,
Josh.
sorry, I thought
It's wild.
I was looking at this and I looked at the side of the die.
Okay. So what does it do when you draft it?
So when I draft this, it says assign a die from the pool to the operation change immediately. So I take a. From
Yeah, take the
pool.
black die then.
Yeah, I'll take the black die and put that in.
So that's it. We don't have to deal with
And I can do whatever I want. So
Okay, so you can go inward 1, outward 1, or flip it over.
should I stay on the solid side? Because we're probably. What are you? What side is everyone else on?
I'm on solid.
It's not really gonna matter because we still have 3 more die to come in, and we're gonna end up flipping something.
I flipped to a 4.
Okay. So Ann, go ahead and roll.
Did Anne accidentally turn her mic off? Possibly. Yes, she did.
Good job, Ann. So you rolled blank, blank, and then flip and flex out.
I like my flip and flex because I'm trying to figure this. Okay, so I'm gonna go from the broken side to the full side. If I flex out on the full side, I go.
I don't. At this point, I'm not sure. So you're at a 2. You're going to a.
If I go this way, right? Or
Yeah.
is that inward?
It should go down, I think.
You're doing
No,
the
it goes
outward.
up. So I have it backwards in my head. Okay.
Full
so
side.
full out is up.
You know what I want? I want a piece of paper that just has those things. Full
Yeah.
out,
Well, I think that's
up.
the point, is that you don't have that.
It's a lot of engineering and learning about how to do computation and what that result looks like.
All
So
right. So we just did outward on the full side, so we know that that goes up. So if I go up again, outward again, I can't. We'll go to a 1 because on the full side doesn't have a 4.
Correct.
And we're trying to get to a 7. I'm just gonna go outward, mostly because I
You can
really
go to
want to
a
see.
Wait,
if
wait,
it's
wait,
a
wait,
one.
wait. You could make me go up to a 3.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like we still have 2 more die. Oh my god, I broke my encoder. I could. You would go to a 3. I would go to a 1. You would go to a 3.
Put me to a 3.
What if I could put him to a 3?
Okay, put him to a 3.
Go to a 3.
Outward.
Outward.
Outward. Right? I think you'd go to a 3.
Yeah.
Did it.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's my turn.
I done did it.
So I got the purple here, which is flip over anyone in folder or flex any other in folder inward 1. So I'm going to take this one here.
That's the one that lets you flip.
Yeah, what? Flex
Flip.
any in folder inward 1.
Oh, flex. I thought you said
Because
flip.
if you get that one, Josh, it allows you to increase the range.
I don't think we're gonna get near to 11.
I'm
but
saying.
Okay.
So I have to flex inward 1. So that's
you go
going to
from
make
a
me
what? From a 2
down to a 1.
because you're broken.
I'm full.
Oh, you're full. Oh, yeah.
Inward on full is down.
Inward on full is down.
So then I'm going to flex any other in folder inward 1. I'm going to do it to myself. So I'm going to go
Down to a 3.
down, up, yeah, down to a 3 from a 1. And Josh, this one's you. So
3,
go ahead and roll.
6, 9.
So you roll a flex outward 2. So that brings you down 2 from
So I went to a 4.
a 3 to a 4.
Yeah.
And then you get to increase the range by 1.
Either direction. So
7,
I'll add
11.
+1 because that's the only choice I have.
Look, guys, I'm an accountant, and these numbers don't make sense. I'm gonna have a real rough time with down 2 equals not down 2.
All right. So when we program the wild into the operation chain, we can do what each person can do whatever they want.
each person can make an independent action. You can either flex inward 1, outward 1, or flip it over. So this is where
So we put the wild
You
at the
guys-
end, right?
Yes. You put the wild at the end.
So you can do whatever you want with that.
Okay.
So flexing outward on the full side makes you go up. So flexing outward twice would bring me from a 3 to a 2.
You're both at the same thing.
So we would be at a 2, and
Because we would flip, because there's no 4, so you reset at 1,
and then go to 2.
and that's the
The first,
outward.
yes.
Okay. And so then we'd both be at 2, so 2, 4.
And then
you'd
Josh-
be down 2 to a 2.
Correct.
So we'd be at 6.
Then we would flip.
So 2, 2, that's fine, because the 2 flips to a 2.
Right, and then we flex outward 1, which would go down for us, so it would be 1.
1, and you'd be 3, and that would be 5.
Wait, no.
No, you guys would go to 4.
We
if
would
you
go to 4
Why?
because there is no
1
on the other side.
On the other side. Okay. Okay.
So we would go to 4.
So,
So
But
we
you
would be
the
8.
wild.
What would you be at, Josh?
no, I had this. You're going to be full. You're going to be 2 would go to a 2. You'd be
Yes.
on the full side, and outward on the full side
Is up.
is up. So you'd be a 3.
Okay, and then
And we'd
Cammy,
be at
can
11.
the wild card be a nothing?
Don't do it. Don't
Oh,
touch
I
it.
cannot.
But if you go down and I go up, they cancel each other out.
Yeah. Well, if we're at 11.
What's your die, Matt? You didn't add your
Oh,
die.
I didn't add my die.
Oh.
Flex inward 1.
So that would cancel out each other if we did a flip
Outward,
Yes.
inward.
outward, inward.
Correct.
Is that what we want?
Yes, we'll do that.
Sure.
I think that this works. I'm pretty sure this works.
All right,
so
so
wait,
what do we do?
wait, hold on. We do the operation chains. We go nothing.
Yeah.
-1 darkness.
Okay.
There you go.
Flex outward twice. So I went
Outward
3
is
to a
pull
1.
it from the belly button out.
Yeah, so we go from a 3 to a 1 and then a 1 to a 2. There we go.
I done did it.
Okay. So then we flip and flex outward an additional 1.
Can I just leave it alone because
Yes.
I'll mess it up?
Because then we flex it back inward 1.
I'm trying to
So
do.
we're at 3 right now, right, Ann?
2.
What?
2. We went outward in the back.
Oh yeah, 2.
Don't
Sorry.
do this to me.
So now
2,
Now,
4, 5, 6.
you guys are going to go
We need to go up.
inward to go up 1.
Oh my God, I don't
Yes.
remember. Are
Yeah,
you
I go-
sure?
Yes, we need to go inward to go
And
up.
I go
1.
outward.
Inward.
Inward goes
Broken.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it goes up. Yeah,
I went
it does.
outward.
So what do you have, Ann?
It's a 3.
I have a 3.
I also have a
6.
3.
So it's that we have 9.
We did
We did it.
Yay! And you know what's really cool? We made it in like the original range.
We got dead smack in the middle.
You guys did good. Okay, you are ready to put on Mrs. Who's quizzing glasses.
Okay.
But
So I'm gonna put the Mrs. Who's quizzing glasses on the
Card
camera.
cam.
So we've got this card here. You can kind of see what it is, but boom. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, there we go. The first player must roll the red die 3 times and apply the results. If it is a wild card, flex all infolders outward 1. So you got that?
Who's the first player? Me. I think.
so roll 3
I don't know.
times.
1,
Oops. There we go. 1.
2, 3.
Okay. So what did you roll?
+1 darkness.
All 3 times?
Oh, I thought it was just roll
No,
it 3
no.
times.
Are you serious,
I-
Ann?
It was at least twice. I didn't see the first roll.
Okay.
So
look,
yes, all 3 times was +1
One.
darkness.
2.
2, 3. Yes, +1 darkness 3 times.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
And
Ann.
this is
Yeah,
not
good job,
good.
Ann.
I'm a very literal person. Look.
Are you sure you're not a programmer? That's pure programming logic right there.
Well, I do program.
So we're 1 darkness away from being at max darkness, FYI. So
Don't die,
yeah,
guys.
There's MVP rolls from Ann.
but so that means we get Mr. Murray now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we get the
Yeah.
peach die.
All right, so this goes there.
Where are we going next, Dan?
Nope.
You're going to Ixchel.
Thank you,
That's where we're
Cammy.
going.
So
We're
our
going there.
goodness, our range here is a 4 to 6, and we're rolling every single die.
No, and
Matt's
we have,
first player token now?
we have
Yes.
1 darkness.
Hello, darkness,
That's my old friend.
So Josh, you want to give us that one die you've been bogarting over there?
The blue one, yeah.
Yeah, you can have it, I guess.
Ant Beast?
Ant Beast. So many dice. Okay.
+1 darkness?
So we got a +1 darkness from red here.
So that means we're done.
No, it's if we go to add 1 and we can't add anymore.
Yeah. So you also have a -1 darkness from Happy Medium that will resolve immediately.
Matt, take it.
Okay. So I will take Happy Medium, which gives us -1 darkness.
Okay. But you
So-
still do have both the red and the black die in there.
Yeah, so we could technically lose this turn.
What does the
Yep.
thing say? Increase the range, right? You get to do that in either direction.
Yeah, so I'm going to increase it by +1. Because that makes sense. Don't roll 2 + 1 darknesses. You rolled 1 + 1 darkness.
Do you believe in a thing
So we're
called love?
back at max.
Okay.
Thing called love.
Okay. So what are your options? You are
So-
Charles Wallace. No,
What
you're
hap-
Cal.
What happens if you take the it dice?
Assign all locked dice to the operation chain immediately. So we'd actually.
So both the +1 and the -1 would be locked into the operation chain immediately.
Okay, so there's actually a 50-50 shot of getting +1 darkness from the red die. What does the
Yeah.
red die do on yours?
Assign a die from the pool to the operation chain immediately. So I can put the black one into the operation chain, and then it would just kind of null out each other. So
Yes.
I'll take the red die.
Wait, no.
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 Because if you're full and you add one, it doesn't matter if you subtract one after the fact.
Yeah.
Because
But if you
lose.
put them, yeah, because if
Subtract
you
and
put it
add.
there at the beginning, you can't add one before you can subtract.
What does it say on the red die?
Assign a die from the pool. Oh yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Why?
Because it would assign one die from the pool. So if he chooses the black die to go to the pool, it's +1 darkness that you would get no matter what first.
Oh yeah, you can't do that. That's
So if I take the black one, it would take
What does the Mr. Murray die do for you?
flex any one encounter either direction up to 2 times.
And what does it do for you?
remove one token from the darkness meter.
So-
Don't touch Mr.
So
Murray.
no, that's good. So that means that you can take the red die, assign the black die to the chain, and then when you go, you draft the Mr. Murray die, which would remove one darkness from the chain, which would free up the slot.
He's got a
Alright,
-1
sure.
too.
So
Okay.
take the red.
You're assigning the it die to the dice chain, the
Yep.
operation chain. So what else? So that's what
That's
the
it.
action is. So then, Anne, it's your turn.
Because you've taken out all of the die that could possibly increase this by 1.
I think so.
Okay, so this says flip 1 outward. I'm going to take Mr. Murray, remove 1 token from the darkness meter. Bam. And I'm going to flip. Man, I always finagle that. There it goes. Okay. 1 outward. So I'm going to 2.
Okay.
Okay.
My turn.
You can't kill us from here.
That's what you think. I think I can. Maybe.
I think I can. I think I can.
Whoops. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. So blank. That.
Put it in my
That.
camera view.
Sure.
No, he doesn't. He wants to keep it secret.
So, Matt, I'm going to give you a hint here. You kind of want to lock in the silver die, because if you look at your power, you're going to unlock any other die and return it to the pool. That means you can unlock Mr. Murray and relock it into her board.
I like that. I like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the Mrs. Witch die there. And so that's going to make me flip and flex in. So I flip, flex in, which means that I get
You're a
to a 2.
superstar.
And then I'm going to unlock Mr. Murray, free him from his chains, and he gets to get rolled again. All right, so you rolled a wild card on the Mr. Murray.
Yeah, but you can't touch him.
I can't touch it.
But you can't touch him.
But the wild would be so nice, though.
Would be.
No.
We don't need the darkness to go down
Yeah, we do,
anymore.
because y'all are going to kill us.
I think
Take the
it's physically
purple one.
impossible.
Because that increases the range.
We're not gonna. Sure, I'll increase the range. Sure, I'm gonna go outward 2.
Wait! Matt already increased the range.
I can decrease it so it goes 3 to.
So if we all have
7.
ones.
We somehow managed to all
Josh,
get
what's
ones.
your Ant Beast thing?
Flex
that happens?
anyone encounter outward 1.
That's an enfolder and not an encounter. You're in the wrong game, friend.
Outward 1. 2. All right, I'm at 2. I'm a
My-
star. I'm with Matt. We're both stars.
Okay.
So awkward.
And keep rolling, 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 rolling. You rolled a blank. Way to waste it.
So. No. Okay. I was thinking something.
Did it hurt?
A little
Take
bit.
a lot of energy?
I'm going to... How are we looking on our numbers right now?
I have 2 outs.
I have 2.
I have 2.
Okay.
So we're at 6.
But what options do we have? We have a flip and flex, and then we've got flex out twice.
Yep.
I'm going to take the blank just so there's less opportunity. So then apply this die value to everyone immediately. Everyone do nothing right now.
All right.
So I'm trying to make it less Oh, you never mind.
Well, these two dice cancel each other out.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. So you're going to take the Mrs. What's It die. And what does that do now?
I'm going to do
Flex in twice.
flex in twice.
And
so that puts
change
me up to
anyone
3.
locked die to a different face.
So you could change Mr. Murray to a wild card.
Good.
Or you could change it to a -1 darkness and really get things going for you.
I think the wild card gives us the better options here.
Why?
Because we could put him at the end and we can use it as an emergency. Oh crap, we're not going to hit it. Let's all do something slightly different from each other to maybe get to the right value.
Is that a +1 or a -1?
-1.
Okay.
We're not going to trigger the darkness.
I'm changing red to wild. I don't. You can have your blank Murray.
Cause sassy, that's why.
Just sassy, that's why. So do we want to put these first two at the beginning and nullify them?
What was that for?
'Cause
Just
I wanna
cause?
be
Cause
first.
sassy. There's so
Okay,
much
so if those two
sass.
cancel each other out,
Yeah.
and then we've got a flip and flex in, and
We're
a wild.
missing your die.
It's a blank.
It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna put it here.
Okay.
So, I hate you so much. Okay, so going through the operation chain, we're gonna add one to the darkness meter.
God. Okay.
Then we're gonna remove one from the darkness meter. Then we're gonna do nothing. Then we're gonna flex outward twice,
I'm just gonna
and then
not.
we're gonna flex inward twice.
Cause I'll mess it up. We're flip.
Then we're gonna flip.
And go inward once. Okay, so I'm full. I'm going inward. I'm going down 1. Right? From a 2
Yeah.
to 1. Oh man, I'm getting this.
So I've got a 2,
I got a 2.
and Anne has a 1.
Yep.
So right now we're actually doing it.
So
So we could have.
No, now we have to do nothing.
let's do nothing.
So we could have taken the -1 darkness.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could have, but it doesn't matter because we're good. We're good.
We still have one more place to
I know,
go
but
through.
we're good. We're good. So,
Famous last words.
wild
Yep.
card
Dad and I
here.
are going to flip because we'll stay at 2. Or no. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we can't
we're
go
gonna,
to 1.
Yeah, we're gonna flip.
Because I'd go to 4, right? Yeah, I'd go to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might go outward, I think.
Outward goes up 1.
Yeah, outward
Yeah.
goes up 1, and
I'm
that's the best chance.
I'm full. Outward is up.
Yep.
Yep.
So you're a
Yeah.
2. I'm a 2.
And
Josh is a 2.
We're all stars.
Superstar.
Nice.
No, Ann, stop it. So we wound up with 6. So we successfully passed through Ixchel. That's a mouthful right there.
Look,
so,
can I tell you I have serious anxiety right now?
so now we're going to school,
Yay!
folks. We're going to school.
I feel like I've
There you
been
go.
schooled.
We're gonna roll all the dice again. Look at our range this
10
time.
to 11. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So first player's gonna pass over to Mr. Josh there, and Josh, please roll all them dice. Very aggressive.
That was.
So there's a -1 darkness. Oh, we get +1 darkness right now from the red.
Yeah.
But you can do what you did last time, where you take the red and then assign a black to the pool, and then we don't have to worry about it because the black's blank right now.
Sure.
So black goes to the pool, right?
Yep.
Okay. So then Anne, it's gonna pass to you. So roly-poly.
Really polio.
There should be no more negative effects right now. So theoretically, we can't lose to darkness unless we fail.
So now I can either take the -1 for happy medium, which means I get to unlock any other die and return it to the pool, but I don't want to do that
don't do
because
that.
you're the bad die. Or I take my Mr. Murray, which is go outward twice and remove one
I would
token
leave Murray
from the
in
darkness.
and grab it next time around.
Why?
No, because I could unlock Murray.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm going to go out twice, full, out, up. So I'm going to go from a 2 to a 4 because there's a 4 on the side. What did I do?
Full, out, up. So it goes from a 2 to a 3, Anne.
Oh, yeah.
You're going.
But, yeah, okay. Yes,
you're-
but I
You're
went.
flexing inward, though.
Yeah,
Oh, that's why.
flex it inward.
Okay. Just take your turn, was
Okay. You got it.
3
Tell me twice.
Because I don't want.
Okay,
and a
so
1. Oh, because there's no 4 on the full side.
I'm going to take the Mrs. Witch die, so it's unlock any other die and return to the pool. So put Mr. Murray back, and then I'm just going to flip my enfolder over. So turn's going to pass
Wait,
over
does it say any
any
enfolder?
any other die.
Oh, because you have to do the flip.
Yeah. Okay, so Josh, it's your turn. Okay, so we've got a
That's a die one.
-1 die.
Yes. So you can the red die is on a +1 darkness. You can remove it from the operation chain when it makes it up there.
That's pretty good. And then it will eventually circle back to you again, so you could possibly grab the Mrs. Who die to extend the range downward one.
So if I do grab the happy medium,
Yeah.
I have to return a die to the pool.
I would return
You could return
Mrs. Witch.
Mrs. Witch, and then
Yeah.
Anne could grab. We can
We're gonna get all the darkness gone. It's gonna be so good.
That's actually a good idea. I like
Sure,
that.
I'll grab it.
This sounds like fun.
Okay. So
That
I grab
is one of the gameplay options for advanced gameplay. It does say start with 2 on there and see if you can pull them all off by the time the game is over.
Oh,
So Matt, return your die.
I'm gonna return Mrs. Witch.
I'm gonna take all of you guys.
So remember, we want big bucks, no whammies this time.
All right, I'm gonna take Mr. Murray, remove 1 token, and I do nothing.
Okay. So I'm gonna take Miss Witch. I flip mine over again,
From
and
a 2 to a 2.
and then Anne, throw Mr. Murray back in there.
Go back, Mr. Murray.
Okay, so that's a -1 darkness on Mr. Murray if you wind up taking him. But if Anne takes him, she gets that anyways.
Yeah. So if I grab,
Purple for the range,
I grab purple for the range.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's a do nothing.
Okay, there you go. Purple for the range.
We're not doing anything right now, and we're not winning right now.
So if you take Mr. Murray, you're gonna flip
Oh,
it
so I'm
twice.
gonna do -1 to the range.
Yeah.
My
So I'm on the full side. I'm gonna go up 2.
Correct.
So I'm gonna go from a 1 to a 3.
That is correct.
So I'm gonna
Poke,
this way.
Yeah, poke it from underneath. There you go.
3.
Good shooting, Tex. Okay, so that's a do. Okay, what's our numbers at right now?
I have a 2.
3,
And it's a 3.
5, 6, 7.
Okay.
We've got to get between a 9 and an 11. So
Well,
we got to go up. And you got to flip.
I've got a flip and then a flex outward twice in there. So right now, if we flip and flex outward twice,
Then I would go from a 3 to a 3 to. I don't know.
I'd go to a 3.
3 to a 3.
I think that's actually beneficial. So I'm going to take the do nothing die. Apply this die to everyone immediately. Everyone? Do nothing. Okay.
You did something, Josh. You broke it.
So Josh, you rolled a blank.
What's that?
Mrs. What's it? Top left.
Change any
Change any
lock
lock
die
die
to a
to
different
a
face.
face.
You can
So
change that red
you can
die to
change-
nothing.
Wait, you could change Mr. Murray to -1 darkness.
Yes, you could.
Or I can make it wild.
I mean, that's true too.
You could change the red one, which
Red
is
to
a
wild, and that's not +1 darkness. It's a wild.
But then
now.
you're taking out. So what die would you take out? Anything that makes us do anything we don't want it to do.
Yeah, so you could
Yeah.
take out that one there because it's the most action.
Okay, but maybe we need that action because we have 5, 6, 7, and
That-
we got to get up to 9.
That's what we have as a total.
Yeah, Toto.
Okay, so right now, if we take that one out, we'd have a flip and then a wild. So if I flip, I can go to a 4.
If I flip, I'm still at a
flip, go to
3.
If I
4.
flip, I'd go from a 2 to a 2, and then I do a wild card, I'd go from a 2 to a 4.
Yeah, because you can go down. Yeah.
So then,
And then I could go to a 4.
so then we would win.
And then,
Doesn't matter what she gets because it has to be a 1 at least, so that's a 9.
but if she gets a 4,
Oh, yeah, that's true. Just don't get a 4, man.
don't get a 4.
That's
yeah.
pretty easy if
Wait.
you have a wild card.
How do I not get? Okay.
Okay, so let's do that.
So, all right, we're going to program now.
Programming.
So we're gonna remove Mr. Murray.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Mr. Murray.
Happy medium. They're gonna go on a picnic together.
I like how we tried to save him. We're just like, no, go away. We don't want to see you.
Go away. You keep on coming back. Go away.
All right. So
So, okay, so here's the operation chain. We're going to do nothing. 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 We're going to flip. And then we're going to do whatever we want.
So Matt, me and you want to go
We want to flex
outward.
outward.
To go
Yes.
down?
Outward is down, so we're going to go from down from a 2 to a 4.
Okay.
So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
You could just flip.
There you go.
We did it!
We did it!
Good.
We did it by
It's
telling
Mr.
Mr. Murray to go
Fudge.
away.
You said
came
Mr. Murray off
busy,
with happy
but you
medium.
did.
They went on a picnic and they discussed his time in captivity.
Yes.
It's very therapeutic, very cathartic.
All
I
right.
feel like happy medium is a good name for a therapist.
Yes.
I agree.
All right, so thank you everyone for joining us this evening. This was our playthrough of A Wrinkle in Time by USAopoly. Had a lot of fun with that, especially once we figured out how to get the enfolders working, and we got that down. And do you have any more questions for Cammie?
What has it been like seeing people play the game that you've envisioned?
It's a lot like this. People start out and they're like, oh my goodness, this is the most complex game I've ever seen. But by the end, they're like, wow, I really like this. I'm starting to get the rhythm. I want to do it again.
Yeah,
yeah. So I understand the principles behind it. Let me try again. I bet I can do it better this time.
I think this is absolutely fantastic, and I like how that you have you've kind of focused this for kids, where it's got enough challenge to really make them think. And I'm hoping that they go through those same rhythms. That hey, this is a little complicated, but no, I'm getting it, and let me do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of learning in that. Were you able to pick the locations for the game, and are there any plans for expansions for the game?
We did pick the locations. At this time, there's no plans for an expansions, but I'm not ruling out the idea at any point here, so one never knows.
What was one of your favorite things? I know you added like more advanced rules. What was one of your favorite things to add to the advanced rules?
Really, when you flip over your player cards, because every player card has two sides, you'll notice that Charles Wallace actually becomes really more challenging to play. He's kind of he's an awesome kid, but he makes some bad decisions.
Oh my gosh, it really is you.
So if you look at he adds 1 token to the darkness meter just by locking in that die. So as you get further in, you'll flip over your player board and you've got some new choices, and there's not as many things that allow you to extend the range or do things. So, or you have to do, everybody has to do it. And suddenly you're like, oh, if I do this, we all have to commit to an action. So, yeah, so there's two sides. We always recommend you start on side 1 because it is a little easier. There's a little more ways to adjust the results.
Very cool. If I want to get my hands on this game, probably the most important question, where am I going to get it? Where am I going to get a first look at it? Other than here, obviously.
If you were to go shopping tonight, you could go to Amazon, to Barnes & Noble. They have it in stores. Everybody else is getting it this month. So it's coming out. You'll find it at your local hobby store anytime now.
Very, very cool. Cammie, we really appreciate the time you took to come and hang out with us and show us your game. We've had an absolute blast, and you have been an amazing guest.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed my time here tonight.
All right, thank you so much. Also, for everyone watching at home, stay tuned. We are going to be going into our honest review section, where we talk about our favorite aspects of the game and then any constructive criticisms that we have, as well as the age-old question of, would you play it again? I know I had to say it like Count Dracula there. But with that, we would like to point out also that this stream and all of this week's streams are sponsored by A Wrinkle in Time by USAopoly. So big shout out to them. Applause. Golf clap. There you go. Round of applause. Thank you. And again, thank you again one more time, Cammie, for joining us. We really do appreciate it. We're going to do a soft sign-off here so that we can get into that other section. As always, I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
And that was Cammie. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.